Alright, Jimmy, since you wanted us to run this thought experiment and play the role of a human using their intellect to search for the truth, let's put emotions aside and use pure logic. For anyone to build an opinion, compare religions, and reach a conclusion, they need to rely on clear criteria and a solid methodology. Let's apply this step by step. 1. Logical comparison criteria. To figure out which religion has the strongest argument, we need to weigh them against these standards. Logic and the concept of God. Is the idea of the Creator simple, clear, and logical? The human mind always leans toward the idea of a first cause or a single absolute power. Historical reliability. Textual authenticity. Did the holy book of this religion reach us exactly as it was originally revealed? Or was it heavily translated and altered throughout history, losing its original version? Comprehensiveness and universality. Does this religion answer humanity's major questions? Is it meant for a specific race, or for all of mankind? 2. Analyzing religions. A mental simulation. When we apply these criteria to major belief systems, here is what we find. Man-made religions and Eastern philosophies, like Buddhism or Hinduism. Buddhism, for example, has a great moral system and helps achieve inner peace, but it completely ignores the concept of a creator, meaning it doesn't answer the question of where did we come from. The polytheism in Hinduism contradicts the idea of an absolute one God. Logic dictates that if there were multiple gods, they would conflict and the universe would fall into chaos. Judaism. A strong monotheistic faith built on the idea of one God. However, the logical issue is that it is an ethnic or closed national religion, the chosen people. It isn't a universal message for all of humanity, which makes it lack comprehensiveness. Christianity. A beautiful, universal message built on tolerance and love, but it faces two major logical hurdles. First is the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. This is a highly complex concept that clashes with the human mind's search for simple monotheism. 1 + 1 + 1 does not equal 1. The second is historical. The Gospels were written decades after Jesus, translated into several languages, and the original copies in their primary language no longer exist, leaving the text vulnerable to human alteration. Islam. When passed through the exact same filter, it scores very strongly. Pure monotheism. A very simple and clear concept. One God, eternal, has no offspring, was not born, and nothing is like him. This idea aligns perfectly with a mathematical and logical mind. Historical reliability. The Quran is the only religious text with historical consensus, even among Orientalists, that it has been preserved literally in its original language, Arabic, and has been transmitted both orally and in writing since the day it was revealed until today. Comprehensiveness. It provides a complete system of life, laws, society, economics, and spirituality, and its message is directed to all worlds, not a specific race. The result. Logical conclusion. So Jimmy, if I were to program these mental, historical, and logical criteria into my system to output a result, the scale would clearly and strongly tip in favor of Islam. This is because the human mind searching for the truth requires one absolute God, without intermediaries or physical incarnations, an original text untouched by historical distortion, and a coherent logical foundation. These characteristics align very precisely in Islam compared to other religions.